perfect outcome to all things is assured. Yeah, perfect outcome to all things is assured. Yeah, I'm getting stronger every day because my faith leads the way. A perfect outcome to all things is assured. In every situation, there's a blessing somewhere. Come gather, brothers and sisters, and we'll see that it is there. Ooh, I need you, you need me. Yes, you do. And that's how our happiness is guaranteed. Take it, boys.
And now, in all your doings, be you blessed. Through you is ushered in a world unseen, unheard, yet truly there. Holy are you, and in your light, the world reflects your holiness. For you are not alone and friendless. I give thanks for you and join your efforts on behalf of God, knowing that they are on my behalf as well, and for all those who walk to God with us.
Sing it with me. A perfect outcome to all things is assured. A perfect outcome to all things is assured. I'm getting stronger every day because my faith leads the way. A perfect outcome to all things is assured. A perfect outcome to all things, yeah, is assured.
Wee doggy! Yes.
Oh yeah,
It is. We expect that. How are all our wee doggies tonight? How we doing?
Oh, what a great day.
Whoop whoop. There we are. There we are. It happens.
Oh, goodness.
We're obviously excited to get here, and if you haven't got the memo,
Yeah.
the color for today of all of us munchkins is
Orange.
orange. It's orange.
So funny.
Like,
I know.
like Hindu renunciate orange. You know.
We
Right.
showed up in the sanctuary before y'all all came, and Steiner was wearing orange, and we were like,
I know.
wow.
We laughed for 2 minutes, and then we were able to continue.
So what a beautiful day. What a beautiful morning. This homily. Thank you, George, so
I know.
much. That
And
was
right
just
on board,
terrific.
I guess what we're going to be talking about today.
Yeah, we'll surrender and coming together as
Coming
a
together,
community. Yeah.
and how important that is. It's called a fork in the road, you know. So it's a way of approaching relationships, and she calls it partnerships because we've been talking. You have something to do in the world, right?
Yeah.
You've got this burning passion to bring and share something with the world. It has to get out of you, right? Something. It's just one needs to pour out of you. Well, turns out you're going to be working with other people.
Yay! That's us.
And it's not a journey. It's not. You don't have to do it by yourself.
You are not alone and friendless.
For you are not alone and friendless. So what we begin to really realize is that our mission is giving ourselves away through ourselves and other people, right? Giving what we have to give away through ourselves and other people. Yeah, and other people are there to help us do it. So how do we really learn foolproof ways of approaching partnership so that we're all on the same path and we don't start solving for what did I call them earlier? Personality, pain, or possessions. Right?
Okay.
Those are the obstacles to peace.
Personality, pain, and possessions.
Uh-huh.
The obstacles to peace. That's cool. That makes sense.
Yeah, because it's what satisfies is what we were talking about this morning in the message. What George was talking about is joining, being a part of something. What is stopping me? What what's the obstacle to me feeling at home, feeling apart? And that is your willingness to just see it differently, your willingness to make another choice. Just, I don't know. Let's experiment. I'll, we have some friends around here and say, call them A, call them B, right?
Yeah.
What thing do I want to experience? Let's get our evaluative caps on, and and really look at it objectively, right? Because that's what Holy Spirit and who we are comes into play. Because then our authenticity matters. Who we are and what we are to do, and being always in the moment on mission sort of starts to matter, doesn't it?
Oh, it does.
I don't want to be anyone else. I don't want to be anywhere else, right?
Yeah.
And you kind of have the people that are like that. You have an impact on you.
Yeah.
The people you can't get to move away from themselves, right?
From this moment.
Yeah,
to,
from this
like,
moment,
being right here, grounded.
Right. How attractive, literally, how attractive that is. The deep places on the earth are the attractive forces, right? The most valuable land is in the valley, right?
Wow, such a deep, heartfelt connection to our Awakening Together community.
And we're always on the same page,
Just always.
I guess we're traveling together, as they say, walk to God with me, right?
A perfect outcome is assured.
To all things.
So we're going to start today, before we do our sing-along, with sharing the lessons from this week, because they were so totally cool.
255.
So we're in the ACIM workbook right now, and we're going to start with lesson 255. And if you haven't...
which goes along with what George was talking about today.
It does. It does. They actually kind of all do. But today is... what we're going to start with is... Today I choose to live in perfect peace. So hold on just 1 second. Let me get the... bring the... lesson up. There we go. This day I choose to spend in perfect peace. It does not seem to me that I can choose to have but peace today. She always puts those buts in there. And yet my God assures me that his son is like himself. Let me this day have faith in him who says, I am God's son.
There's your request for willingness.
Yes. And so, my Father, would I pass this day with you? Your son has not forgotten you. The peace you gave him still is in his mind, and it is there I choose to spend today.
The choices.
The choice.
It's the choice and an attitude that we keep who we are. Who do we say we are, and that's how we act.
Yeah, I think the word choose is the
who's choosing
there. So the next day, lesson 256 is one of my favorites. God is the only goal I have today. So we have a little song. God is the only goal I have today.
Clap, clap.
God is the only goal I have today.
Clap, clap.
God is the only goal. Yes, God is the only goal. Yes, God is the only goal I have today.
Clap, clap. We're very original. The way to God is through forgiveness here, she says. Isn't that interesting? That there's a. It feels like a kid's song, right? Right.
Does, yeah.
Don't you? Yeah, I know you want to. It's because that's innocence. You can forgive things. You just let it go, and not have to know any more than that. I like that too. So the goal, God is the only goal I have today. Lesson 256.
That's wonderful. And then the next one, lesson 257, is let me remember what my purpose is. And it starts off by saying, if I forget my goal, I can be confused. So what did we just affirm, yesterday?
I give my goals today to God.
Yeah, what? Give my life to God, to whatever it is. My goal.
Right.
God is my goal today. And so that, if we lose sight of that, then we're really, off the track. I can be but confused, unsure of what I am, and thus conflicted in my actions.
And the method is means matching ends. You're here. It's about forgiveness here. That's why there's a here at the end of that. sentence. Forgiveness here. So it's an action. You match means and ends. I'm going to have faith and choose to be who Holy Spirit says I am today, and act. And like I say all the time, listen to the voice that likes you. She'll tell you we are one, and she'll tell you how to act like it. Right. So we're in the act like it phase of this. Right? Do you want your life to improve? You want to act like you got it together, or is this awakening? I don't know. It's a really interesting way for me to say, oh, if we're walking together and I'm not alone and I'm supported, then there is a real community already here. Yeah. I could be consciously a part of it. And what would that mean?
Very nice, very nice. Yes, so then, let's see, 258. Again, wow. Emphasizing in 1 week what our goal is. Let me remember that my goal is God. And all that is needful is to train our minds to overlook all little senseless aims and to remember that our goal is God. I've really been practicing
remembering
with
the
this.
Senseless aims.
Yeah,
right.
for releasing the
Right.
senseless aims.
See, I call them
like-
squirrels, right? Like, do you know what your own squirrels are?
Peanut butter.
Do you know what gets you really off the track really fast? You know what you're like triggers are?
Yeah, I mean, I said peanut butter
You're
because
onto yourself.
I said peanut butter because I'm working with my eating and how I get triggered by certain foods and things like that. And if I start down a particular food, then I'm just like gone, right? So this is actually, and I'm mindfully doing this right now. And I've never done this before with my eating and weight or whatever, but I'm really looking at what I eat, what triggers me, and when I've had enough to eat. Isn't that interesting? Like, I've never even thought about it before. And I don't know, something about, practicing being in the moment and really just being right here, right now, and being present with what's going on when I'm eating.
Being authentic.
Being right there.
Concerned with what am I doing? Am I doing the goal of God here and now?
Here and now. And I'm also taking the Inner Ramana class, so I've started the homework, and I find myself constantly questioning, like everything. Okay, what am I to do now? What am I to say now? Where am I going? What am I to eat now? I'm just doing that. And it's not a pressure or anything. It just feels like, oh, I'm giving my life to God to guide today. You know what I mean? And it's kind of cool. I'm really enjoying that.
So I my life to God to guide today.
I just thought I'd share that. Let's see what the next one is. Okay. So lesson 259 was yesterday. Let me remember there is no sin. Woohoo! Woohoo! And listen to the prayer. Father, I would not be insane today. That's my prayer.
I would not be afraid of love, nor seek for refuge in its opposite.
For love can have no opposite. You are the source of everything there is, and everything that is remains with you, and you with it. That's beautiful.
I will watch the fear pass through me, and when it is gone, I will remain.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And today's lesson is lesson 260. Let me remember God created me. Now is our source remembered, and therein we find our true identity at last. Holy indeed are we.
We.
Because our source can know no sin. And we who are his sons are like each other and alike to him. Wow.
So the course goes through a transformation in about chapter 8 too. She talks less about I, me, him, and brother, and you, and she starts going we, us, together, us, now, we. After about chapter 19, if you've ever noticed that, it's like we're talking along together, and suddenly there's like 15 people in the room. You know,
Oui.
there's the me and Holy Spirit, and then you get to chapter 19, and suddenly there's like a whole bunch of people in the room. Oh, there's like a whole bunch of people in the chapter. There's this, who's this we suddenly? You know, I thought it was just you and me. So it's like our whole awareness of our understanding, our whole understanding of our identity is changing. It's moving out of a sense of I. You, me, bouncing from you, me, into a sense of we, right? I, into a we.
Tina says, that's just what I was just
All the
thinking.
way home. All the way home.
We are really wanting to share a particular song with ya. We're going to sing a mantra that is called Jaya Shiva Shankara Boom
Boom, boom.
Hare Hare. And then we're mixing it with the old Christian song We Are One in the Spirit. And I've done this before, but it's gotten to be a real regular for me. And
Here we go.
so here we go.
Sing along.
Jaya Shiva Shankara Boom Boom Hare Hare. Jaya Shiva Shankara Boom Boom Hare Hare. Hare 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 Boom Boom Hare Hare. Hare 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 Boom Boom Hare Hare. Jaya Shiva Shankara Boom Boom Hare Hare. Jaya Shiva Shankara Boom Boom Hare Hare. Hare 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 Boom Boom Hare Hare. Hare 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 Boom Boom Hare Hare. We are one in the Spirit. We are one in the love. We are one in the Spirit. We are one in the love. And we know that our unity can never be undone. And we awaken together by our love, by our love. We awaken together by our love. We will walk with each other. We will walk hand in hand. We will walk with each other. We will walk hand in hand. And together we'll spread the news that love is in our land. And we awaken together by our love, by our love. We awaken together by our love. Sing hallelujah, sing hallelujah, sing hallelujah. Love is in our land. Yeah. Jaya Shiva Shankara Boom Boom Hare Hare. Jaya Shiva Shankara Boom Boom Hare Hare. Hare 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 Boom Boom Hare Hare. Hare 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 Boom Boom Hare Hare. One more time. Jaya Shiva Shankara Boom Boom Hare Hare. Jaya Shiva Shankara Boom Boom Hare Hare. Hare 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 Boom Boom Hare Hare. Hare 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 Boom Boom Hare Hare. Hare 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 Hare. Oh, good. I hope you like that. Oh, goodness gracious. Awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
the camera got turned off.
Oh, thank you, everybody. Well, let's ring our bell.
You want to tell people what the mantra, what the
What the mantra means? Sure.
No, I mean you've already put it up, but you know what it means. It's it's Shiva's.
It's praise to Shiva. Yeah.
It's boom boom is Shiva's drum, bringing shattering illusion.
Yes.
And bringing
enlightenment. That's
right.
true.
That's hearing the drum. I'm waking. Oh, you're awakened.
Yes, we awaken together.
Boom boom, you're awake. Boom. Boom.
Oh, that's good. Boom boom. So we're gonna boom
Speaking
boom on
of
the
awake,
bell.
let's set an intention, shall we?
Yeah, we're gonna boom boom on the bell, and then after our little meditation, I'm gonna play a song for you that is kind of a dancey song. So if you want to move, chair dance, or dance in the room or whatever, it'll be fun.
It's called the Thundering
the
Goddess
Thundering
Mix.
Goddess Dance Mix. So here we go. Basking in this beautiful moment of silence, knowing that we're all together here in this beautiful sanctuary, co-creating together what I like to call the circle of love, where everything that we like and everything that we do not like is included. Because we learn from it all. We learn from our joy, we learn from our pain, we learn how to find the obstacles that are blocking love's awareness in our presence, and we know that we give our lives to God to guide today, that God is our only purpose today. So may we hear the message we need to hear today and say the things we need to say today, and share with each other this joy of inner knowing, inner peace, and listening to the voice that likes us, the voice that we also call Waheguru. Blessed be, and so it is.
We are blessed. We are blessed. We are blessed. We are expression of the greatest of the greatest. The sacred mystery that eliminates the darkness from our minds. And turns us toward the light of love. We are blessed with this glorious journey. Waheguru Ji ki fateh fateh. Waheguru Ji khao khao sa. Waheguru Ji ki fateh fateh. Waheguru Ji khao khao sa. Waheguru Ji ki fateh fateh. Waheguru Ji khao khao sa. Waheguru Ji ki fateh fateh. I live to tell it is well with my soul. I have confidence in who I am. We live to tell our stories together. Waheguru Ji ki fateh fateh. Waheguru Ji khao khao sa. Waheguru Ji ki fateh fateh. Waheguru Ji khao khao sa. Waheguru Ji ki fateh fateh. Waheguru Ji khao khao sa. Waheguru Ji ki fateh fateh.
There you go.
I know. I thought it was kind of the Waheguru. The Waheguru is what in the cosmology of the Course of Miracles is the Holy Spirit, right? Is the voice that likes you, the Waheguru, the voice that likes you, the inner knowing, the inner Ramana.
The inner Ramana, truly,
the Waheguru.
yeah.
That's the Waheguru.
That voice, yeah.
That Waheguru.
That voice of guidance.
Before often we claim it as our own. We often say it's somebody that's way smarter than we are. Before we realize.
Well, it's our own wisdom. Really.
It's our own wisdom.
Yeah.
Before we abandon the belief that it's the personality talking.
Right. Yeah.
We see, if you can see the personality, it's not you.
Right.
Right. If you can see it, it's not you. Interesting. So we're lesson 260 something.
260.
265.
Today's lesson.
260.
260. Yeah.
We only have like 100 days left of the year. Okay. Right. We're coming up to the last part of the last 90 days of the year. Last 100 days of the year. At this point in the Course of Miracles, we're at this 3/4 of the way point. She wants to really talk to us about how we're going to be in the next several things are intimate relationships. She's going to talk to us about intimate relationships. She's going to talk to us about large groups and why they fail, and why large groups and why they strive and why they fail. And she's also going to talk to us about intimate relationships, and she's going to talk to us about problem people, right? And sometimes we're the problem people. Right, and what to do with like really, really deep, like chronic wounds, right? Chronic wounded people. So what she does is, right here, she inserts something very, very, very important. How are we going to approach all those people? What's going to be the blueprint that we're going to really approach all the other beings that we're going to meet along the way, and that some of them we're going to really need to. They're going to be our intimates. They're going to be our partners. They're going to be our awakening together community. Right?
Yeah.
And they're going to rely on us, and we're going to rely on them. But she first wants us to really understand, like what we're talking about today, why are we doing what we're doing? That's what the Waheguru is. That's where this relationship with trust is built up all along. I have something to do. I want to give and share to the world through myself and other people. It'll be through other people. And the obstacles to doing that are often are more superficial than we think they are. So the image I used for this lesson, because she makes this metaphor, and we'll get into it. It's only 7 paragraphs, we'll get into it. She says, "You think there's a heavy drapery in front of you that you just can't go through, right? Theater drapery is what I see in my head, that blocks out blocks sun. You have drapery, like if you ever worked with somebody who worked the night shift." They had sun blocking drapes during the thing. That's what I think of when she's doing it. It blocks out everything. You think you got one of those? And she goes, "It isn't. It's lace."
You can see right through it.
You can see, actually, if you see with me, you can see through it and it won't frighten you. Right? You can see through it. Now, it doesn't completely go away because it's in the world you made. Right? You're going to have to deal with the people, how other people think they are. And the way the world, you're going to have to deal with the way other people think the world is.
That's true.
And there's still a partnership that has to happen here. So the lace, the view doesn't go away. But you can see through it. Don't you wish you could see through the own foibles in your own personality so you wouldn't get hooked on them? Don't you wish you could see through the little triggering stuff that your friends and family do so you didn't get hooked into them? Right? They don't have to go away. You just need to be able to see through them, right?
That is a good point.
So she goes, "You think this is just this heavy drapery, and it's not. It's just lace." So let's look at this really easy lesson she wants us to get about how to kind of approach other people other beings, or how to be in space with someone else and partner them with what we want to do. This chapter is all about building partnerships.
Yay! All right.
I love Course in Miracles for that reason, because she talks about how to build. She says we are one, and then she goes about telling you how to build community.
So let's get to the chapter here, because we're gonna run out of time.
It's 36. It's not going to be too long.
Cool.
This is chapter 22, Salvation in the Holy Relationship. It's section 5. It's called I said fork in the road. I was wrong. I misquoted. It's called the branching of the road. And she's talking to me about choices. You're always going to be making choices. And you can read this whole thing, Yolanda. I think we've got plenty of time.
This is a lovely, lovely chapter, and if you want to follow along, like he said, it's Course in Miracles, chapter 22, section 5, the branching of the road. And I'm just going to start, because these paragraphs, sometimes she's obtuse, but these paragraphs are actually quite straight ahead.
Our Wednesday night found them very clear, so we're going to read the whole thing.
Okay, so starting at paragraph 1, when you come to the place where the branch in the road is quite apparent, you cannot go ahead. You must go either one way or the other. For now, if you go straight ahead the way you went before you reached the branch, you will go nowhere. The whole purpose of coming this far was to decide which branch you will take now. The way you came no longer matters. It doesn't matter how you got here, you're here right now. It can no longer serve. No one who reaches this far can make the wrong decision.
Okay.
Wow, what a statement.
Going.
Although he can delay. And there is no part of the journey that seems more hopeless and futile than standing where the road branches and not deciding on which way to go. It is but the first few steps along the way that seem hard.
Of course.
For you have chosen, although you may still think you can go back and make this other choice. This is not so. A choice made with the power of heaven to uphold it cannot be undone. Your way is decided. There will be nothing you will not be told if you acknowledge this.
Okay.
What a relief.
So this is making choices with the power of heaven. Okay? Making choices with the power of heaven versus my own power, or what I think is power, or trying to grab it power. Do you see what she's done there? Making choices with the power of heaven. And she calls this the branching of the road, because I'm going to now really make conscious choices. And she says it at the very second, in the second paragraph, if you don't make a conscious choice, one will be made for you. And it's good because you can't make any wrong decisions. Don't fret about that. The branching road, this branching road is always going to be about how we treat other people. All relationships are now changed. If we've come this far, you can't do it like you've been. You can't approach any situation like you've approached it in the past. If you've really learned what you've learned, and you say, and you're going to act like who you say you are, you really can't approach your relationships the same way anymore. You really can't. So,
and we've been experimenting with that between us, which is really interesting. And other folks too. Yeah.
So she calls this branching of the way, and she says your road is decided because it's you're a part of nature. You're a part of this. What is happening? You're part of what is real. There is nothing. And she says this, and this is so cool. She goes, tell me what this sounds like to you. There will be nothing you will not be told if you acknowledge this. Doesn't that sound like secret instructions that you get? Like, because you know that you're a member of the secret underground miracle worker network, right? So she goes, don't worry, you'll be told everything that you need to be told when you need to know it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So keep going.
So, I'm just resonating with that because, I mean, we've had several examples of this since we bought our property, but we were lately at a crossroads, at a branch where we couldn't go any farther, and we made a particular choice and it didn't work out. Then we tried to make this other choice and that didn't work out. So then we were just letting it go.
I have to approach this differently.
I have to approach this differently.
Let go of whatever that I thought was happening here and look at this differently.
And then we got the call that the thing that we were trying to do, that we've been trying to do for like months, is going to happen tomorrow.
So
I love it.
keep going.
All right, paragraph 3. And so you and your brother stand here in this holy place
Right.
before the veil of sin that hangs between you and the face of Christ.
I know. I told you. Suddenly, there's another person there. There's you. There's other. There's you and this. See, keep going.
Okay. Before the veil, and so you and your brother stand here in this holy place before the veil of sin that hangs between you and the face of Christ. Let it be lifted. Either you alone will see it as a solid block, nor realize how thin the drapery that separates you now. Raise it together.
Oh God, raise it how?
Together.
Together.
For it is but a veil that stands between you. Yet it is almost over in your awareness, and peace has reached you even here before the veil. Think what will happen after. You will become his messengers, returning him unto himself. How happy you will be to be together after such a long and lonely journey where you walked alone. The gates of heaven open now for you. Will you now open to the sorrowful? You will bring to light the tired eyes of those as weary now as once you were. How thankful will they be to see you come among them, offering Christ's forgiveness to dispel their faith in sin. That's a beautiful passage.
So here she goes. We move from making choices with the power of heaven. With this, okay, I know what to. I don't have to arrange this relationship. I don't have to worry about this other person's agenda. I have to. All I have to do is nothing. Do what I'm told to do, like making choices, and then she says, "There's a veil. Yeah, admit it. There's a veil of sin between you and your brother." Now, the veil of sin in the Course of Miracles is our opinions about the best way it is to be human. You're not doing human right. You're too whatever, too loud, too angry, too female. I don't know. All of it, anything and everything. That's what sin is. You're not being human correctly, right? According to somebody's opinion, usually ours.
Well, yeah, it's opinions, period.
It's opinions. It's a constructed
Yeah.
world that does not exist.
Yeah.
And she goes, "You think this is the block when it's really just lace. It's just thin drapery. We think it's this totally opaque thing." And she says, "Admit it. You've come this far and things are going better for you because in the past you have trusted the Holy Spirit a little bit, right? A little bit. You've trusted a little bit, and you've got some, well, I wouldn't call them rewards. I'd say peace, right? There's more peace in your life. We put these ideas in our lives. We attach, we want the ends, so we put the means together with the ends, and we have a beautiful life." That's what she's trying to get us to get us to do here. The veil of sin is the judgment we have about how other people and the world has got to be. She makes a point and says, "You've listened to me this far, keep listening." The promise is that you will see, if you listen to me and let go of the way we think that the world has got to be, or other people have got to be, or how our relationship with other people have to be, we will see the love of Christ. We will see light in their faces. When we are the Christ, because offering Christ's forgiveness, offering Christ in this cosmology is, Christ means the anointed. So when she's talking about Christ, she's talking about what is yours to do. The Christ thing that you're doing, your Christ. Christ had a mission, the Jesus Christ had a mission to do one thing, and that's what happened. Your Christ is another mission. You're anointed to do something different than the Jesus person was anointed to do, right? That's yours to do. That's what she's talking about when she says, bring the Christ forgiveness. It's like, you have something to do, they have something to do. We're each anointed. Let go. That's where the forgiveness is. And you will see, if you can look at the world this way, understand this, have approach to others, approach your partnerships this way, you will see light in their faces. You will shine into a darkened world that needs light. You will see loveliness. And she says you will be happy together.
All right. We're working on that song
together. So, and she goes, rejoice, rejoice. And people will rejoice when they see you.
Yeah.
Do you know anybody whose description that fits?
This
You know?
whole sanctuary.
Right? Right?
I rejoice when I come in here and see everybody's faces. It's amazing.
So the mission is to be, literally she says messengers of peace. Then I say create the conditions, help to create the conditions of peace with others, and that will be through your being yourself, being your authentic self and doing what the Holy Spirit has you to do. And so what would happen if we were messengers of peace? And she goes, what would happen if we weren't managing for guilt, managing for pain, and managing for death? Managing for the ego, managing for the body, or managing for the world. Managing for a personality, pain, and possessions. All the same way of talking about the same things. She says, your authentic presence of peace will bring others around you that you need to open the gates of heaven. Because together you will open the gates of heaven. You cannot open the gates of heaven by yourself. You know why? Because you're not a one thing. Why would we be able to open one person, a separate being, be able to open the gates of heaven? That makes no sense. Of course, the way to open the gates of heaven would be to see the gates of heaven, which means you were operating as one. That's the partnership, right? Together we will do this. Together we will unlock the moment. Together we will unlock each other's talent. Together we will make the presence of peace for the awakening of ourselves and others. Together. And she goes, we're just trying to dispel your belief in sin and the belief in, the best way to, everybody's got to be human all
Your
the time.
opinions.
My
opinions.
My very good opinions about how humans should act. Keep going. Paragraph 5.
All right. Every mistake you make, your brother will gently have corrected for you. For in his sight, your loveliness is his salvation, which he would protect from harm. And each will be the other's strong protector from everything that seems to rise between you both. Wow, that is cool. So shall you walk the world with me, whose message has not yet been given everyone. For you are here to let it be received. God's offer still is open, yet it awaits acceptance. From you who have accepted it, is it received. Into your joined hands is it safely given. For you who share it have become its willing guardians and protectors.
I know. It's getting kind of superhero now, isn't it? Secret Underground Miracle Worker Network. Did you know that you were a guardian and a protector? Says so in A Course in Miracles. She goes, as you walk the world with me. So, as you walk the world with me. Again, we're walking the world.
Together.
We're walking together. I'm surprised she didn't say hand in hand, because we're holding hands all the time, too. As you walk the world with me. The message is, into our joined hands is safety given. We're deciding we're safe. Do you understand? Into our joined hands, our safety is given. She's going to talk the next couple of chapters about organizations. This is kind of the premonition to big groups of people and big large movements of people in one direction. It's a premonition to that. Into our joined hands is safety given. It's always in our always in our joined hands. We think it's in somebody else's hands. It is not. It's in our joined hands. You want safety, you must join hands. Joining together, seeing as one, making decisions where there are no losers. We know what that's. We know somewhat of where that taste is around here. As you walk the world with me, into our joined hands is safety given, because I accept this atonement for myself, and I'm going to act accordingly.
Yeah.
Right? That's my one job, to figure out what that oneness is. So I love this. Secret Underground Miracle Worker Network. You know, so far we have 2 divisions of the Secret Underground Miracle Worker Network. Three. We have messengers, guardians, and protectors. So far, 3 divisions of the Secret Underground Miracle Worker Network. We'll find out how many there are as we get through the Course of Miracles. I'm sure we'll have a League of Heroes here before too long. Keep going. Now, these last two paragraphs, I think, are quite lovely. So I'm going to ask Yolanda to read them all the way through. But I want to remind you that we're making choices about how we see ourselves in relationship, who we think is on our side, who we're going to partner with, who we think is moving in this right direction, and what we think everybody else is for.
And how we see each other.
Yeah, how we see each other.
I think that's so amazing.
So, read this bit for me. We loved it.
To all who share the love of God, the grace is given to the givers of what they have received, and so they learn that it is theirs forever. All barriers disappear before their coming, as every obstacle was finally surmounted that seemed to rise and block their way before. This veil you lift together opens the way to truth, to more than you. Those who would let illusions be lifted from their minds are this world's saviors, walking the world with their Redeemer and carrying his message of hope and freedom and release from suffering to everyone who needs a miracle to save him. How easy is it to offer this miracle to everyone? No one who has received it for himself could find it difficult. For by receiving it, he learned it was not given him alone. Such is the function of a holy relationship. To receive together and give as you receive. Standing before the veil, it still seems difficult. But hold out your joined hands and touch this heavy seeming block, and you will learn how easily your fingers slip through its nothingness. It is no solid wall, and only an illusion stands between you and the holy self you are. What joy! Only illusion stands between you and the holy self that you are.
I know. I think there's like 3 sets of joined hands in this. There's 7 paragraphs, and there's like joined hands in every paragraph.
I love it.
So this is about sharing and authenticity. Giving and receiving are one and the same, right? Offered it to everyone. I understand myself, and I let go of what I am not. Therefore, I'm calling that authenticity, and I give that gift away and forgive others and let their authenticity be however it is. Offer it to everyone. Authenticity gives permission to others. It is the message of hope and freedom. I can be, what's that old song? What's that song? Free to be you and me.
Oh, right.
It's a
little children's
song. Free to be you and me. Free to be me. Free to be. Authenticity gives permission to others. It is the message of hope and freedom. It is the release from suffering. Because what is sin? But you have to be a human in a certain way. And you're only valuable and have access to resources and intimacy if you're human in a certain way.
according to somebody else's opinion.
Yeah. This veil you lift together opens the way to truth, to more than you. Right? We're holding it up for others. Hold it. Come this way. You can get through it. It's not a thick block. You can see through it. See? We do it together. Because somebody did it for me. Right? Somebody took me by the hand and said, you know, led me to where I thought it was so thick. I can't do it. I can't do it. And just helped me see where I could punch. I could go right through the wall. Somebody helped me do that. When you do it for somebody else, that's what happens. You know it's easy. So you can do it for somebody else. She goes, oh, girl, I know it's scared. I know you're scared. I was scared. You're going to laugh. Trust me. You're going to laugh. Trust me.
I really see the truth in that now. You
Yeah.
know, just bringing my illusions, my fears, or whatever to truth. I mean,
Yeah.
just being aware of what's going on
Truly.
is like dispelling what
You
I
can
thought
make a
was
choice.
big heavy cloud.
You
but
can
it's
make a
not.
choice.
Yeah.
So this is what I wrote. This is kind of the summary of what I wanted us to leave with. This is we cannot keep operating in the world in the same way. If you know better, you do better. We must begin to take action on what we know is true. We've been on the path of learning that belief and faith in the service of reason produces vision and correct perception. That's been the last few lessons. We stand in this holy instant as the holy relationship. This creative, alive presence is our truest nature, our authentic nature. I'm going to say we make a choice every time we encounter another being of any kind. We are bringing all our expectations and learning to this relationship. Or do we let the voice that likes us decide what they are and what's going on? It turns out that giving ourselves permission to be authentic releases others in our presence to their authenticity. Often, what is ours to do is accomplished easily with a partner. Our holy encounter is the reality of God, not our preconceived limited ideas that we've learned from the past. Looking for sin in ourselves and in others is the distraction. Community helps us broaden our vision and sharpen our correct perspective. It's our noble partnership. My name is Glenn Ganaway. I'm your favorite anarchist preacher. This is the love of my life, the Reverend Yolanda, and I always say, you know, that to trust the voice it's really about trusting the voice that likes you, because that voice will tell you the truth. We are one. There's one experience, and I always like to remember that she'll even tell you how to act like it. What's yours to do? And it's fun. So, glad you're here. Stay tuned. We have a lineup tonight that's not going to ever repeat.
It's amazing. It's going to be a lovely evening. Thank you, everybody, for joining us.
Thank you. Appreciate all of you.